they are silent like a lamb, right? The Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa mentioned in her cottage meeting, that's the Monday night forum held at the Presal High School, and statements were made from that. And when I look at, you know, the complementary cadre of the barrage of comments that came in, I would really and truly realize that instead of that cottage meeting being a plus for the opposition, it has become a negative minus for the opposition, because when the political leader, and that is something that people are going to speak about, Prem, the political leader, director, pull up that video. Pull up the video.
I remember in the early
UNC days, put some volume on that. Put some
our
volume on that.
Supporters were sometimes treated like sheep. The hierarchy of the party at that time would tell us, bring sheep, bring sheep, bring sheep, bring people, and put us all to sit down in the crowd there in Renzi.
Bad talking. Mr. Pandey won't make you a better leader, even after the man is dead.
That statement was very, 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 I find that statement is a statement that was very distasteful. It was
and damaging.
It was vile, yes, and it was damaging to the United National Congress, because I am not a sheep. I am not a sheep, and I was one of those people who would have been in the crowd at that time. And I would have been there doing my duty just like anyone else. And again, I was doing my civil duty, my civic duty, in the sense that normally I would have gone there and put down the chairs and assisted at Renzi Complex, at the back of the Renzi Complex, and all those things, and you know, manipulate things that would have been in a positive manner for the security of the perimeter of that building, and also for the patrons of all those functions. So I find that that statement that was made by the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa, and you hear me, I use the word Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. I didn't disrespect Kamla, and I would not go and disrespect Kamla on this program or any other program, because I know she have done something good. She have done many goods. Many good actions was done by her. But again, just like any commodity in a grocery, in any grocery, you're going to realize that there is a shelf life for everything.
Yes. We have a caller.
Caller, go ahead.
Well, good day.
Good day.
Yes, good day.
Yes, I am ashamed of the expired leader calling Mr. Basil Pandey followers sheeps.
Exactly.
That is just wrong.
Exactly what I'm saying here on this program. Exactly what I'm saying. And if you have a name to put, what would you name that she's calling her followers at this point in time?
She is calling us jackasses.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying, my friends.
Yeah, but Imam, let me butt in there a second, right? I want to, you know, cry a 50% of shame on the present political leader of the United Nations Congress. Let me tell you why.
Tell me.
All right? I was born in 1961. My father was a sugarcane employee, sugarcane worker of Canada Limited. All right? And under the stewardship of Mr. Basdev Pandey as the union leader at that time, right? From 2 days work a week, which is 4 days work for the fortnight, to 10 days work for the fortnight. And he was able to work and build his house and educate his children. All right? His 3 children are educated, and people of my age group in the central and southern area benefited from the stewardship of Mr. Basdev Pandey. How could you call it the founder and leader and former prime minister of this country, the Honorable Basdev Pandey, that saying that he called his people as sheep? That is disgusting. It is.
And the caller who was on the line there, he defined the term that Kamla is using at this point in time in a very sad manner. And he used the word, I don't even really want to use that, because I tell you something, I am really and truly ashamed of what is taking place presently, and it clearly indicates that we, if we continue in this trend, if we do not understand what we're supposed to be doing, our common arch rival, I wouldn't say enemy, our common arch rival is the PNM government at this point in time.
And not Mr. Pandey.
And not Pandey. Why you bringing up Pandey? You have to go across there, and there's so many things that is happening. Why don't you question about the oil spill? Why don't you question about the bridal road?
Wait now, Imam.
Yeah.
Is the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa fearful of Mikila Pandey and wants to destroy the Pandey name once and forever in the political landscape of this country? I tell you something.
Maybe or maybe not. But my point here on this program, Hard Facts, is a lot of things that is happening, and I'm really and truly alarmed, because I tell you something. Right now, I saw some vids. I saw some videos of that Monday night cottage meeting. I don't want to say forum. Monday night cottage meeting. And when you look at the front row, we have a copy of that video there, Director. When we look at the front row, is this the group of people who is going to lead the charge for the 2025 election? And if that is the case, I tell you something. You have a descriptor for that? You have an adjective for that?
Kobo eat with supper.
Kobo eat with supper.
Now, Imam, hold on a picture, Director. All right? Okay, you can come back to us now. Looking at that picture, right? This whole country knows that there is rumbling in the UNC. There are certain key members of parliament missing in the front row seats of that picture.
Yeah.
All right? There are MPs who have not yet filed nominations. And they are saying to the press, they are not sure if they are going to file nominations for re-selection or re-election, right? Furthermore, party supporters, that is the voters of the UNC, so to speak, in their thousands, right, are also disgusted with the way the leadership of the United National Congress is conducting themselves, making loose statements, and supporters have lost hope, and they are echoing sentiments of despair, failure, and hopelessness for the upcoming general election. They do not know where they stand.
I just want to show you all something. Trinidad and Tobago, right? We have been doing a survey, we have been doing census, we have been asking people. That's the reason why in our last program that we had, we put a collage of photos of UNC MPs.
Prospective leaders
Yes.
of the UNC.
Put it back there for me, Director. I want people to know, right, that after conversation with lots and lots of people, I wouldn't say 500,000, but I would say in the precinct of many persons of interest, people of interest, and they have indicated that maybe these faces that you are seeing on the screen would have been or could be the upcoming leader,
potential leaders.
leader
Yes.
of the United National Congress, right? Okay. Now, we don't have a problem with that. We don't have a problem. Whoever is selected according to the NATEX, and I will tell you again, NATEX. Now, my point here, Director, come back. My point here is this, right? You having a NATEX, and I want Trinidad and Tobago. I was in the NATEX for 9 years, and I don't want to really and truly come here to say, well, I am washing my dirty linen in public. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But I just want to ask a question. That's the reason why I went up again for the Shogunas West, the executive election.
Constituency
Election. And up to this day, Trinidad and Tobago, we have not received the results of that. And the John Wick paid employees of certain individuals, they have stated that we get quotas.
Yeah.
That's what they said. We get quotas. And they started to use a whole set of derogatives on the screen. I didn't erase none. I didn't erase it because I leave it there. Let John public see. I don't really care. But the point is, my friends, those of you who are locked on, we are being pushed, the citizenry of this country, the 330 something persons who voted for the United National Congress, we are in a state of quandary at this time, right? We are in a quandary at this time because when we see the in-house fighting, and we see as we indicated via that front line is supposed to be a vociferous charge.
Now, Imam, if you observe in that front line, Director, give us a second there again.
Pull back the front
right?
line.
There are MPs such as Mr. Rushton Parry, he's absent there, he's not present there. Why? Okay? We have again Mr. Rambali, MP Rambali, he's not there. Why? And then there's Rodney Charles.
Yes.
Right? Look here, they are not there, and they are elected members of the UNC, loved by their supporters and their constituents. Why are they not present there?
I'm not seeing. I don't know if Mr. Rai Rugby, MP Rai.
Who is this person on the extreme right there?
The second on the right. I don't know if he's an MP. I don't think he's an MP. I don't think, because right now how things are, I tell you something. There are MPs who go in Parliament, and as I'm saying this over and over, come back, Director. I'm saying this. over and over and over. Right? We select MPs, we put them in parliament, and when you look at the statistics and the records, it will show that maybe they have spoken in 2 years one time. They have spoken, they have made a contribution in parliament, they have made a contribution in parliament maybe twice.
And it was totally irrelevant.
And it was not even irrelevant, it was distasteful again. It was right? Is it viable? Is it permissible that you all charge property rental on something that is incomplete? Would it, you know, when you go to the bank, right? You go into the bank, right? And you want a loan. You have to get an assessment done. You have to get a completion certificate. You have to get all those things to get town and country approval. Is those building that you all are taxing, are they town and country approved? Number 2. Question number 1, the Trinidad and Tobago is, do you have to have a completion certificate endorsed by the government of Trinidad and Tobago? And number 2, my friends, those of you who are locked on and those of you who are watching our program, you have to ask the question that I'm asking here over and over and over. Is it valid? Is it valid? Is that house or building or whatever you want to call it, is it approved by the town and country for rental? Right? That's the question I want to ask you today. So my friends, we're going to take
but Ivan, before we go on that break, listen. Right? We have voted for MPs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the opposition have all the MPs in their areas in parliament. And these are our concerns where property taxes is affecting us. You and I can't go into parliament. That barrage of objections for property tax that was just shown on the screen there, that barrage of people cannot go there to talk.
We cannot even.
We have the MPs to talk for us and the opposition leader.
With relevant apparel.
Yeah.
We have to get good
what
clothes.
is Ms. Kamala Prasad Bisasa doing? What is Jolin John doing? What are the other MPs doing in parliament where this dreaded property tax is concerned?
All I think, right? I think that this is my assessment. I could be 100% wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? I just saying what a lot of people are thinking, and they're very fearful to say it. I am thinking that many of these MPs are singing for the supper. They know for a fact that there's a climatic change taking place within the United National Congress at this point in time. Gary Griffith said it. Let me hear Gary Griffith. Let me hear what Gary Griffith says. Director?
Coming back to 2516.
Right? And he was part of the coalition for the local government election, thinking that they're going to win the election. You understand?
Volume.
To say that they were a knife and fork, they are irrelevant. They need to prove their worth. That caused the PNM to win 25 out of the 41 seats. And the same thing could very well happen in 2025 if we go to a 3-horse race. The UNC could very well lose Sawa, Barataria, Chaguanas West, and Moruga coming back in 2516. If there's some degree of maturity by the UNC with a political leader who is willing to be humble, embrace and welcome that third constituency, you will get a repeat of the 2010 results. So the point being is that what that third constituency...
No, tell us something. All these new parties, and I'm going to be real here. I'm going to be very, very real with you all, Trinidad and Tobago and the UNC supporters. Anytime you change hand and you take a third party, that you have weakened the fabric of your party. Right? Because here what you know what is going to happen? We are going to remain with 18 seats. You see that 19 seat, that Moruga Tableland seat is going to be a marginal seat once more again. I'm not going to give you all the reason for it. But again, my friends, 18, it's going to be 18 by 21 in Trinidad, plus 2 in Tobago. They already have, PNM already have a head start. Like if you run in, I give you an example. You run in 100 meters marathon, right? The PNM is really and truly running 90. The UNC have to run 100 because they already, how you want to call it, lanyap?
Lanyap,
They have a lanyap. They already have 2 seats in bag. So that clearly indicated that they're going to get 20 seats and 2, make it 22. They're going to win the election again.
Imam, we have to take the break now. I see you red light coming on.
Let's take
so
a
we will
break.
continue after the break.
Let's take a break.
detailing experts today. Quality materials, free estimates, affordable prices, professional installation, reliable and efficient service with over 20 years experience. We can build any design given to us. Quality over quantity. Lowest prices in Trinidad, so book us today.
So welcome back, my friends, to our program Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. We are here with you in your living rooms, in your cell phones and whatnot, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays from approximately 12:15 p.m. And my friends, this studio has turned into a war room. War room. This is a sort of an internal jihad in Imam. We are fighting a war for our people, not with missiles and guns.
No.
Right? We are fighting a war based
facts.
on facts and based on the feelings and sentiments of the people. Now, let me get back to my list here. Imam, you just prior to the break, right? In 2020, when the People's National Movement was at its weakest, the UNC grabbed defeat from the jaws of victory when they're supposed to win that.
Right.
Okay? Now we are nearing 2025. We are at the build-up of a general election. Look what is happening in the UNC. The UNC is so fragile. You scatter a pack of china on the ground. In every different, it is so difficult to pull it back together right now to win an election. The PNM, on the other hand, is riding their horse down to the line of victory.
And that was said by Gary Griffith.
By Gary Griffith, yes.
Right. So, my friends, those of you who are locked on, it is imperative. It is really and truly important that you all, those of you who have a connection with certain elements of the political foray, whether it be MPs, whether it be councillors, wherever you are in any part of the country, I tell you something. The people of this country, we are suffering. People are suffering. People are suffering. I challenge many persons in my community. I tell them, you go around Trinidad and Tobago and you see you just identify for me where it is that people are building homes. If you check it out, the construction industry in Trinidad and Tobago has reached a total halt. The only people who are doing any building right now is people who are building townhouses, people who are building warehouses, and those kind of things. But the private sector, when it comes to a man building a home, they are very much challenged. Number one, they are very scared. They are very scared to, take their monies and put it there. Because here what is happening, this is a hereditary tax. This thing called property tax is hereditary in the sense that it is oppressive, number one. For example, let me just give you an example. How these educated fools don't think properly. Right? Let me just give you an example. I am a grassroots man. I live on the ground floor with the people of Felicity, Central Trinidad, and around Trinidad and Tobago. On weekends, I make my movements, and I go to the different rural areas and identify with the people of those areas. The property taxes, for example, if a person is a pensioner now, right? A pensioner now. We had one sister who was living in an area, I don't want to even call the area, but we went to render assistance to. That woman is a widow, and she have a son who is I don't want to say invalid, but he's handicapped, he's challenged. Right? Listen carefully, Trinidad and Tobago, and I have not seen the allowances made for those things. Now, this mom is about 70, April, she's about 70 years?
Yes, 70 around there.
Yeah, about 70 years old, and maybe she died. Right? Maybe she died. And this property goes to this person who is around 27 or 28 about there. Now this person going to take up the burden of that mantle of taxes. What preparation? What have they done? Or are they just thinking shallow and they are not going deep into the meat of it and understand the sufferation and the hardship of the people of this country? Now what is going to happen to that person? Who is going to take care of that person? Huh? Who, God forbid, that person live for 40 years. Where is that individual going to get monies to pay property tax? We have not seen any allocation. Where is my MPs? Where is the opposition MPs? Are they not thinking in that depth? My friends, those of you who are locked on, we have to assist. We have to come out. And I ask you all, those of you who are locked on, 740-3347, that's the number that you're going to reach us on this program. I want to bring up a topic here, and I want John Public, I want the people of Felicity, I want the people of Central Trinidad to never believe that I am attacking the mayor of Shogunas or the councillor Sundar Juku, who is the councillor for Felicity Endeavour. I'm not attacking them. So don't believe that I am attacking them. So don't come out there, the man with the blue car going outside there and saying that I attacking them. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not even attacking him. Right? What I'm saying is that you all have built the box drain. Let me see that box drain, director. Let's see that box drain. The Guinness Book of Records box drain that is taking place presently. That is not Lavanti. That is not in no hilly areas. That is in a flat plain in Felicity. And the box drain have a whole foot step down. We on this program brought it up, brought the attention to the mayor of Shogunas and to the councillor for the area. Right? We brought it up that the direction that the surveyors of the Shogunas Borough Council needs to go back to Sovereign School because the water was supposed to go the westerly and it went easterly. Now to cover up that, they're going to spend another set of monies. And I just tried to figure out, we have ministers who are ministers in the local government arena. Where are these people? Are they sleeping? Are they sleeping? Now, continue with that video, director. We have more on that box drain. We have more on that box drain. The point I want to bring up here today, I want to just bring it up to the attention of the mayor of Shogunas, Mayor Faik, his worship, the mayor Faik. The month of Ramadan is just 2 weeks away, right? Approximately 2 weeks away. Director, you have the end of that video. You're supposed to have the end of that video where the box drain stopped, right? The box drain stopped about, I would say about maybe 400 meters before the Felicity Mosque. Now, I want to know, and the public wants to know, and the people who come to that masjid wants to know, when it is that they're going to continue that work. Is it that they are waiting for the month of Ramadan to put extreme pressure on the Islamic community in Felicity because they know that they have us in bag. They know that we are going to constantly vote the United National Congress because, we have that tribalistic ingrained in our blood, right? They think that just like people in other areas who have never, PNM have never lost the seat, same thing in Felicity, Shogunas West, that area there. The point I want to make, Mr. Faik, are you going to start that project during the month of Ramadan? Are you going to start that project during the month of Ramadan and incapacitate the residents of the area?
But Imam, let me ask you a question.
Leave that video right there. I want to talk on that video.
Who is the mayor, the councillor for that area?
Show the two councillors for the area there. Director, show us the councillor because Premchan doesn't know who the councillors are.
Yeah.
The one on the left of your screen is Mr. Sundar Juku. And the one on the right is Mr. Faik Mohammed, Mr. Premchan, if you don't know.
So,
Mr. Faik Mohammed
is the mayor and the councillor also?
He is the mayor and the councillor. He is the councillor for the right, for the left of Greenwich Road, heading to the mosque, heading east. And Mr. Sundar Juku is on the right-hand side, heading towards the masjid. Now we're going to have a major fiasco. And the residents of the area, they're staying quiet. They're staying quiet because they know they have a person like me to talk for them. But the point I am making is that we don't want to create any problems for Faik or Juku or whoever. All we want to ask the question, the members of the Jamaat, which comprises over 600 residents of the area who are from the Islamic community, and during the month of Ramadan, people from all parts of the country visit to listen to the Hafiz of Quran. Now, this is the type of shoddy work that is being done. You see those boulders that is placed in front of those areas? I would have thought, right, that the mayor of Shogunas, who is Faik, who is the councillor for the area, and Mr. Sundar Juku would have stepped in there and do some sort of remedial work so that the persons who have that compound there could be able to go up there. How a vehicle could go up there, Prem?
No.
And that is over 3 weeks.
Yes,
that's going in 3 weeks now. And when we talk here, people say the Imam attacking and not attacking. Faik is a good man. Faik is my friend. Juku is a good person. I know them very well. But they are lousy when it comes to implementing and following their responsibilities. They are not doing it.
So you have two councillors. To fix
and
one road and a mayor.
And the mayor of Shogunas.
Yes. And you can't get it fixed.
We have the worst road. And then when the rainy season comes, brother man, I'm just telling people in that area, when the rainy season comes, then you're going to realize you're going to realize, you know, the antidote where people say that, you know, you put in the horse in front of the cart, and that is what is going to happen. The horse is going to be in front of the cart, right? Which is supposed to be now. But then, you know what's going to happen? The cart is going to be in front of the horse when the rainy season comes.
So, Imam, let me ask you a question. From an administrative point level, administrative point of view, who appraises these councils and these mayors for the work they have done? Or depraise them? Who appraises them?
I will tell you something, and some of you will get vexed with me. When the contractor is a user-friendly contractor, leave it at that. You all understand, read between the lines. When the contractor is a user-friendly contractor, you have no problem. I remember one individual, right? He got a contract in one of the side streets. And every half an hour, 45 minutes, members of the Shogunas Borough Corporation was visiting that site to find out fault, adjust here, bring this, go down there, do this, put this pipe here. Now that box drain has been built, and it is being built by a contractor from deep in south. Not a central contractor. That is the problem. That is when people get angry, you know. When you have a contractor or you have workers from a certain area and you bring workers from outside, people that get vexed and want to tax you and all kind of thing. We in Felicity, we ain't taxing nobody. All we asking you to do is do the right thing. We expected communication to take place at a certain level. We have a community facility, which is the Felicity Mosque, right? Or we have under people's house, where the mayor, the board councillors could have called a meeting and identify with the residents that you all are going to have some, you know, you're going to have some problem with when it comes to the traversing in and out and inconvenience and so forth. They could have told us that, but you know something? We begging. The residents of Greenwich Road, we begging. We put in our hands so and cap in hand, begging them to help us. And that money belongs to the people of Trinidad. It doesn't belong to Rowley. The money of Trinidad and Tobago doesn't belong to Colin Imbert. It doesn't belong to any one of the members of cabinet. It belongs to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And when we see things happening and our monies are going down the drain, we are going to come out here on this program, Hard Facts, and talk about it. And if you feel that we bad talking you all, take it and smoke it in your pipe. We bad talking you all. Prim?
So, Imam, work was done on that Greenwich Road and drainage business here, right? And it was done shoddy,
yeah.
and it wasn't serving the purpose.
No.
That money was spent. Another budget came and is being spent on that project. Who is answerable for the first set of money?
And hear me good, Prim. Minister of
Local government.
Where are you? Call us. The number is 740-3347. We could identify with you. Hear me good?
That's why I asked the question, you know.
Yeah.
Who oversees these fellas? Who appraise them?
No, well, we have people who is, I don't want, hey, let me leave that there. I don't really want to shine up nobody on this program.
All right.
This program is a different
As we on that topic, all right, I am also calling on Councillor Adrian Ali. Councillor Adrian Ali, the people of Upper Asheville, Charleville have reached their ends with you. We have been calling on you over a year now to have remedial work done in Upper Asheville, Charleville. You will be facing protest action, mister. Go ahead.
Hear me good. Hear me good. I mean, I hear you loud and clear. I want you, on behalf of Sentinel Media Broadcasting and this program, Hard Facts, to call a meeting under somebody's shatine tree. Or somebody under somebody's house, or in some corner, some junction. And let us come out there and identify and be rational and realistic, and let Councillor Adrian Ali knows that, look, if you have a budgetary allocation, right, and you have 5 areas, spend 1/5 of your money
in each area.
In each area.
Simple as that.
That is what the other councillors, I tell you something, like councillors, you know, they know nobody don't rebel against them. They know nobody don't stand up for them and against them. So you know what they're doing? They're fixing anybody who they know, and a family and a friend who support them and who assist them in their campaign and so forth. They're fixing they as a repayment. What about the widows and the orphans? What about the poor people, the old age people? What about the farmers?
Imam, that road is so bad. You know, the school van. Stop coming up road. You have to bring your child very far road junction is.
Right.
To and from, morning and evening.
You know something? I want to call a meeting. I want to call a meeting with you there. We're going to meet with the residents and let me see exactly if the people don't come out to that meeting, then they like it. So, very sad thing that I said, PNM MPs and ministers, PNM ministers, you are doing a good job.
Very good job.
A very good job.
And keep on doing it.
And keep on doing it. Because watch me, nobody protesting. I'm not saying no Kubalal Singh. I'm not hearing nobody coming out. Nobody coming out and saying anything. So it clearly indicates that you all are doing a very good thing.
And the opposition also doing a very good job by not opposing.
And I think the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa should get another 5 years
Yes.
to remain there
In opposition.
so that we could remain in opposition till we dead. Let's take a break.
Welcome back and good afternoon, friends, to our program Hard Facts on Sentinel Media Live Broadcasting. We are here with you, for you, and by you.
Correct.
By your side, that is. Now, MP, I say MP. Why does keep calling you MP? Why?
Go ahead. I have a reason for that.
You might be an MP sooner or later.
That's not a mistake. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Imam Rasheed Karim.
I'm a Minister of Religion. Go
Yes,
ahead.
yes. Like MR.
We could deal with that.
Right.
Minister for the people.
Yesterday morning and this morning, I happened to pass through Shogunas about around 8:30 so. And I want to say, Imam, hats off to the traffic wardens that were, dealing with the traffic flow in and around Shogunas. Mostly 99% of them were female officers, and they were working feverishly, and the traffic was flowing. Shogunas had no traffic yesterday morning and this morning. So hats off to you all, and to your supervisor, whoever this inspector or the sergeant is in Shogunas police station, sir, keep up the good work. All right? Now, Imam...
Prem, I can say something before you move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just now we won't have any traffic in the country. You know why? Nigga, guess why? People won't have money to buy gas, Prem. People won't have money to repair their vehicles, Prem.
And the road, the whole getting bigger.
Prem, I'll tell you something.
But maybe that's why we have no traffic in Shogunas.
People won't have money to buy gas.
Yeah.
People won't have money to repair their vehicles. People won't come out their homes because of crime in this country. Because I tell you something, you come out your vehicle to go buy chicken, buy poultry depot, and you leave your vehicle, the chances are you're going to get robbed.
You could get a bullet in your head too.
Chances are you're going to get robbed. You going, even in the gas station, if you don't lock your vehicle to go and pay, because you know normally it's a new thing, you got to go and pay inside, and then you leave your vehicle open, chances are you're going to come back and you're not going to find your vehicle by the pump. This is how bad we reach Trinidad and Tobago, under the watchful eyes of this guy who called himself the Minister of National Security. Eloquent words all the time, trying to dabble with words.
But
trying
no
to
action.
dabble with
No
words
action.
and no action. I remember an incident that took place in the Bitam area. You understand? And that area, it went on there. It was humiliating. It was very humiliating. But my friends, nobody was really charged in the true sense of the word. But one guy was, he used maybe obscene language against something and some threat, and he was fined. My friends, those of you who are locked on, what good for Paul? What good for Dick? What good for Jill? Good for Harry, eh? Always remember that. So my friends, again, Prem, I'll disrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'll finish here. Director, we have a clip to read out. Okay. UNC, that is United National Congress with the logo, San Grande United National Congress Constituency Executive condemns the statement.
Prem, stop. Director, just scroll up that for me and see if we have a signature on that there. Because that could be a fake, eh?
All right,
we don't know.
Yes.
So I want to make sure
that
she don't have a signature.
Okay, we're not going to go
right?
in that.
So anybody, Prem, I just want to tell you something, because we want to be really and truly non-prejudiced and non-biased against anybody. So we just hold back that.
All right, good.
If it had a signature, maybe from
But
some
most
chairman,
of these documents don't have signature.
no, well, that's what I'm saying. So basically, I remember last 2 weeks, there was a video that was circulating the airwaves and the social media with
US President,
President claiming the facts was good because a lot of information was positive. But again, my friends, we're not going to read that out. But Prem, the people in abundance, they are clamoring because I tell you something. One of the individual arrows that really stuck and kept Kamala Prasad Bisesa on that throne or that platform or that pedestal would have been the women, the female elements of the political party. And I tell you something, that has changed. That has changed because I am hearing a lot of the female sector, they are saying that we cannot, and this is what I'm saying. I'm hearing this, sir. I'm hearing this.
This is the talk on the ground.
We cannot go in government with Kamla Prasad Bise, sir. Bottom line, that is what we are here.
And you say this nonsense verbal logo, we will fight alone and we will win alone. You need to add something to that. And you will lose alone also.
Right. And I think again, let me tell you something, right? I tell you this. I went to the crime wave in Central, in Shogunas. It was attended big time, yes. But I was also there in the 2020 election in the East-West corridor where I worked feverishly, tirelessly, right, with the MPs of those areas. Not one MP even make up a phone call and say, hey, Imam, you're dead or you're living, boy. I have seen that. I have seen the deceit. I have been seeing the deceit.
What is the Hindi word for that? Nimakaram.
I have seen the deceit, right? None of these people call me. You know why? You know, they keep me at bay like a Jandura distance. You know that they keep me at bay. Maybe I don't know the reason why, but I tell you all, my friends, we work tirelessly. Myself, Prem, and many members of the communities in different areas where we formed our group and we were lobbying and we were championing the cause for all those marginal seats, especially I must say this, especially Moruga Tableland.
Which you won?
And not one individual pick up their phone and say, Imam, and you know they have every day when we was moving and walking around in those areas, we were doing live videos. And the people who were involved, they saw it. And they knew about our efforts and sacrifice. But not one person called after that election and say, well, hey, Imam, hats off to your boys. And I mean, they had an integral role to play and so forth. Not a single phone call. I don't want no hampers. Don't give me no hampers. Don't send no 10 hampers to me. I don't want that. Give the poor, the needy, the wayfarers, the widows, and the orphans those things. I don't use hampers. I prefer to go starving than to take people hampers. Right? So don't come around me with that and tell yourself that you're giving me 15 hampers. That is a gift. No, that's no gift for me.
Like a soft soap here.
I don't want that. So my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, this program, Hard Facts, is your program. We are talking about real issues. If this fight, right, this Kwandamania fight that is taking place, tit for tat taking place, right, we are seeing no unity. I sent a footage director, I don't know if you saw it, on the Express newspaper or one of those daily newspaper. You know, what they saying that the unity dead or something like that? I can't remember the exact wording. I don't know if the director can pull it up fastly for me. But they say that unity is, there's no more unity. So it clearly indicates now that, that's what I'll be saying over and over, you know. The daily newspaper would never highlight a situation like the fishermen in this area here. They don't even have a place where they could dock their boats. They don't even have a place where they can safeguard their engine. I'm not talking about the pleasure boaters. Listen carefully. I am talking about the fisher folks. They have no site where they could go down there with their fish permit and dock their boats without paying $300 and $400, $1,000 a month. Right? This is something that the Minister of Agriculture has to say about. I can't do your work. Find out, because these are the people who are providing food for the nation. Try to make the farmers happy. If they are happy, you know what? They're going to make money and they're going to spend the money here. They're going to educate their children and their children are going to remain in this country. But if it continue how it's going, there's going to be a landslide immigration movement taking place. Migration. Right? So my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, we ask you all, please, whatever information that you have that you know could be relevant for our program, Hard Facts. We have been dealing with the political issues of the day. You know, I don't want to leave this program without calling on the Honorable Dr. Keith Rowley. Yeah? I don't even want to leave because I believe he plays an important role in this program, Hard Facts. Right? So I want to call on the Honorable Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Sir, there's a lot of things that is happening in this country, and you have the magic wand. It doesn't cost money. All it needs is that you have the Midas touch and wave that magic wand and get people to get up from their desks and start to work. You know something? When you go to these government agencies, brother man, it is left to be desired.
I think, Imam, a forensic audit should be launched on every local government corporation in this country.
And also,
and bring the perpetrators to justice.
I would like to find out one question, right? Let me tell you something. We have immigration. We have immigration passport office, if you want to call it that. How many passports, right, is, done on a daily basis, right? How many persons would apply for a passport renewal or a passport?
And 10 years something they need to renew.
Yes, and know for a fact that we are doing that. They could come outside there and say, okay, as minister in charge of immigration and so forth, we in this office, we are a 5 days weekend. Let me call it 4 days because Friday is bordering too close to Saturday and Sunday. So we're looking at 4 days. A Monday to Thursday week, right? Monday to Thursday, we do 2,000 passport. 365 days minus your 3 days.
Minus 52 days.
Minus 3 days. We're going to talk about just flat 200 days.
Right, good.
Multiply by 2,000 passport. Multiply and tell me how passport is that for. That's 80,000 passport.
Yes.
Right? Per year.
In what?
And 10 years.
Yeah.
Everybody passport and you renew, people renew according to the date and your business fix. A simple thing like that you all could do. When it comes to the school vacation, right? School vacation, there are many teachers who look to moonlight because they don't have nothing to do and they have lots and lots of expense, right? They would like some sort of remuneration. Maybe you could create a avenue where these teachers could get maybe a 4-week job to assist when it comes to those filling out forms and all those things and give it to your agency so that they will be able to just double check. Things like that you all could do.
You have to be proactive.
I want to ask another question here today, right? When it comes to property tax, if a person, he bought a property via mortgage, right? And that property is mortgage. And he has to pay maybe $10,000 or $8,000 per month on that property.
On the mortgage.
Right? Is that person going to have to pay this big amount of property tax? Huh? Is he going to pay that property tax? And if that is so, for the private people, the homeowners, then those people who are renting government apartments, they're supposed to be paying property tax. Isn't that so?
Of course, yes.
What's good for the goose should be good for the gander. So my friends, those of you who are locked on, we would like you all to really and truly be part and parcel of our program, Hard Facts, where we talk about issues that is relevant to the nature of our being in Trinidad and Tobago. There are many things happening in the political foray. There are many things happening. I don't want to talk about school violence because that is embarrassing. When we see what is taking place in those government secondary school, it left to be wondering what is going on in this country. Do we need jarring? Are we blind? What is really happening in this country? When we see school girls, not boys, we are seeing school girls pulling up and fighting and ripping off clothes, and it continues from school until after school, and a lot of things are happening. And I tell you something, the female teachers, not so much the male, but the female teachers in those schools are scared out of their wits. Some of them are not even talking to those rude and violent looking or violent children in their classroom.
And not one word from the Minister of Education.
No,
nothing.
Everything going good.
Yeah.
No protesting. Nothing. Nobody protesting. Everything going good. So again, I want to say hats off to Avinash Singh. I want to go and take some photos of that road that he have been part and parcel. The Minister of Agriculture, Kazim Hussain.
Yeah.
I want to go down there tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow the director and the crew will go down there and take out some pictures of that road. And maybe people are saying, you mentioned that in your opening remarks, that the farmers saying that nothing is being done.
Maybe the assistance that is being given by the government hasn't reached them as yet.
And if that is the case, and you feel that you are prejudiced against collecting those monies, maybe you can demand a forensic on the people who collected those monies. Maybe you can do that. I think you have the privilege to get the names of these people, if it is permissible, to get the names of these farmers who are collecting hundreds of thousands of dollars, right, in agriculture grant, right? And if you find any anomalies and so forth, maybe the law can deal with it, right? So again, my friends, I want to thank you all very much. thank all our supporters, all our listeners, and all those persons who have participated in our program here today. I've been talking to people and they all tell me, Imam, don't worry, we're going to call, we're going to call, we're going to call. Mayor Faik, please. This is your call that we are making here. You're supposed to be a brother. One of the reasons that, I spoke at one time, right? One time I spoke at the Prime Minister's residence at the Diplomatic Center there. And we said that, we have one Islamic-oriented person in Parliament, right? And he was supposed to be advising, not only representing the Muslim community, but advising to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet when it comes to Islamic issues. Now, this is a very, very tremendously great problem that we are going to be challenged with during this month of Ramadan. Mayor Faik, we are asking you, I've been soft today with you, right? I've been really and truly identifying. Maybe you can call me, you have my number. Maybe you can call me, we can have a dialogue, and we can let this situation rest. Let sleeping dog lie, in other words, right? Because we don't expect you. The problem already, it is that road frame. You went in there.
Yes.
It would have accommodated a two-way traffic. Listen carefully, Trinidad and Tobago. That road could have accommodated a two-way traffic. Now, it only accommodating one. You know why? Because the borough of Shogunas don't want to break people's wall. You understand? They don't want to break people's wall because, people saying that that's we land and we land. I know for a fact that wherever there is a road, there's supposed to be some access, some reserved land from your land for basic things like drainage and all these things. But I see that, in that road especially, the mayor of Shogunas and the councillor for the area, they are just letting everything just slide through. And we are asking you all, what is good for Tom should be good for Harry. All right, that's all we're saying. You can't be treating Harry different from Tom. All right, so we ask you all, come out, meet the people, let us know when are you going to complete that job. Because that job, we do not want you all to start that job in the peak of Ramadan when people are coming in there and they're going to be hard. It's going to be really and truly tireless for the Islamic community as well as a general populace in Greenwich Road. So my friends, again, Prem, close up.
Well, Imam, to close our program on a very, very nice note, I went to Biokal Road in Shogunas West constituency last night to do a lecture in Hinduism, and we had a very good audience there, about 100 to 150 people, and the program had facts, Sentinel Media Broadcasting, and you were in high praises. The people had praised this program so much on seeing me there, and they asked me to give my greetings to the Imam on behalf of the people and the person who hosted that yagya last night. So all was well.
Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
So that's about it, friends.
So as we close, our last words, is that we wish that God Almighty would bless each and every one of you all, protect you and your families, unite our hearts as one, and those wrangling that is taking place at this present time. People, I just want to let you all know that if you expire, you expire. Right? You can't change the date and feel you're new again.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
You expire.
Get off the shelf.
Right? Get off the shelf and replace it. Replenish your stocks with good, viable candidates for the upcoming general and local elections, and again for the national executive of the United National Congress. I thank you. A pleasant good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.